What's good? It's Extreme Caution. Today I'm finna go on my official Saturday night's main event predictions. I'm finna go on every match on the card, what I think of the bill, what I think what can happen later on, what I think can happen afterwards, after each match. You guys let me know what your overall thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I upload daily wrestling content. So if you like daily wrestling content, make sure you subscribe. Finna go ahead and jump straight into the prediction. The first match I'm going to start off with is Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. This match got official due to Randy Orton hitting an RKO on Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre interrupted a promo segment between Randy and Cody. They was talking about, King of the Ring. Drew McIntyre interrupted, mentioning that Randy Orton isn't the guy he used to be, and that he's starting to become a lot more weaker and a lot more soft, and that he's not the guy that finishes the jobs anymore due to him being so hesitant, and that he's not willing to pull the trigger. Randy Orton took offense to that, so he just hit him with an RKO. Drew McIntyre got angry and requested a match, so this is how we got here. This is very interesting because I can see this going both ways, because both guys kind of need a victory. This is Drew McIntyre's first official match back from getting attacked from Damian Priest. So because I know he was dealing with an injury, if I'm not mistaken, so he needed time to recover. This is very interesting because Randy Orton also kind of needs a victory as well, to a degree. If you want to it's Randy Orton. He could lose a million matches and still be strong. So I don't really think he needs the victory here, but I can see it going either way. But I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre here, mainly because Randy Orton doesn't win big matches. He just doesn't. And I don't mind him losing big matches because, me personally, once you already hit a certain level, you don't need to win matches. Like, Randy Orton is considered one of the greatest of all time. You don't really need to win matches. Like, it's the same thing like with guys like AJ Styles, Sheamus. Like, once you hit a certain level, you losing matches doesn't really hurt your credibility because of how much you already done before. So you losing matches doesn't really hurt you. I think Drew McIntyre should win here, and I think the story that they're telling right now is Randy Orton turning heel, because Randy Orton is definitely showing a lot more of a heelish side to him right now. So I think that's the story that they need to tell, of Randy Orton not willing to pull the trigger, him being frustrated, him constantly losing, and then eventually him pulling that trigger of him turning heel. I think that's the story that they're telling. I think it's going to be slowly building. So I think Drew McIntyre will pick up the victory here. I think if you really want to tell that story with Randy Orton, I think he should be the one to pick up the victory here. I think it only makes sense too. Now, if you want Randy Orton to be built strong, especially if you want to do the whole SummerSlam match, potentially causing a triple threat with John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton, you could go that route as well and have Randy Orton pick up the victory. But I think Drew McIntyre should pick up the victory here. And I think soon after SummerSlam, Drew McIntyre should be the one going after Cody Rhodes, in my opinion. So I think Drew McIntyre will pick up the victory here. Now we get LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. This feud has been brewing ever since Money in the Bank, since Seth Rollins had his faction with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker interfere, costing LA Knight at the Money in the Bank briefcase. I've been like what they're doing here. I like that LA Knight it seems like he's officially on Raw. They didn't say he was officially a Raw person, but I'm assuming he is. I like what they've been doing here. I like that LA Knight is a smart babyface too. He's not the typical babyface who just attacks the babyface knowing that he's going to get jumped. He's actually been sneak attacking Seth Rollins and then escaping before Bronson Reed and the backup could come. I like that aspect of LA Knight, because typically what they do with babyfaces is have them just be stupid and have them just attack knowing that they're going to get jumped with no backup. He's attacking them while they're off guard, sneaking up from behind them, and then moving and escaping right away once he knows backup is coming. I like what they're doing with LA Knight. Now, this is very iffy because I feel like this could potentially turn into a Roman Reigns and LA Knight situation where you just have Seth Rollins beat him and then he just disappears from the main event scene. But with Gunther holding the World Heavyweight Championship, I do think there's more room for him to grow. I like the Roman Reigns situation. I can see both sides winning. I can see Seth Rollins winning, but I can also see LA Knight winning. Now, I already know if LA Knight loses this match, all the LA Knight fanboys are going to cry on Twitter about how he's not getting the push he deserves. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins here, only due to him having the faction. You kind of need this faction to be built up strong. You want this new faction to feel dominant, to feel powerful. And I think the way to showcase that is by having Seth Rollins win. Of course, he's going to have interferences. So, of course, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker is going to interfere in the match, possibly even Paul Heyman. So, of course, if you want to protect LA Knight in this match, which I think they are going to do, because LA Knight doesn't lose cleanly. He always gets protected. So, if you want to protect LA Knight, it only makes sense for his faction to interfere in this match. Now, what I don't want to happen is for the faction to interfere, and then LA Knight takes them all out, because that just makes Seth Rollins look weak, and it makes LA Knight just seems way too overpowered. So I think the only option here is for Seth Rollins to win with the help of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. This makes the faction look somewhat strong, and it makes Seth Rollins doesn't look like a complete idiot, and it helps LA Knight because he gets the spotlight of going against Seth Rollins, and plus this doesn't hurt him anyway because he lost due to interferences. So I think this is the only route to go. Now you could use the argument that Seth Rollins doesn't need the victory; he has the Money to Bank briefcase. Sure, you could go that route. The only reason why I'm not going that route is because he has the faction. If he didn't have the faction, I would pick LA Knight in this situation, but I think interferences is going to help Seth Rollins, and then they're going to continue to feud from there. So I have Seth Rollins picking up the victory. Now we get the main event: Gunther versus Goldberg for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match ended up becoming a thing due to what happened last year, all the way to Bad Blood. It's crazy how we're now just paying this off, but look, they have done a decent job with this build. Now, do I care about this match? Not really. I don't care about any Goldberg match. I never have. Look, I get why this match is happening. I understand the impact Goldberg had. I get the nostalgic factor with Goldberg. I understand it. I'm just not really excited for this match because we all know how this match will play out. This match is not going to be good. It's not. Goldberg matches are never been good, and they only work when they're super fast. So I don't know how this match is going to play out because now it's going to be a lot of commercials. It's Saturday night's main event, so that may end up helping. But Gunther works a slower pace, and with Goldberg, you need more of a fast-paced match, in my opinion. So it's like I don't know how these two styles are going to clash, but we'll see. This is it. Look, the only option is Gunther. There is no other option. There is no if Goldberg. No, there is no if. Gunther has to win this match. That's the only option. This is his retirement match. You don't have Goldberg win and then have him continue. No. No. Gunther has to win. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then after the match, it's Goldberg retirement match. Have Gunther leave the ring and then have Goldberg have his standing ovation. Do not have a moment where you have Gunther and Goldberg shake hands. No respect. This feud should not be a respect thing when it ends because Gunther talked about his family. It's been way too disrespectful for Gunther all of a sudden to be like, I respect this guy now. Like, no. It should just be Gunther leaves the ring and then Goldberg gets a standing ovation, and then that's how we end the show, where he loses, he fought hard, but in the end, he still gets praised due to, all the hard work, and he didn't give up. That should be it, okay? So Gunther should retain here, and then we move on from this match, and then hopefully this is the end of Goldberg. He's a legend, but we don't need him no more. Those are all my overall thoughts and opinions, and what I think is going to happen. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, that's it.